Hello, hello. I am here for the moment. Who's here with us so far? We got two apparently. Am I right to guess Billy and Mark? Usually our faithful starting lineup. Hey, Billy. It's a gift, Billy. What can I say? Okay, gonna draw a SASQUATCH today. I had said Mark, but apparently it's actually Billy and Cassidy. Hey, Cassidy. Okay, so I just randomly, somebody on Instagram who posts all about cryptids followed me a while ago, and that's what inspired me to do the SASQUATCH. And I was gonna do this last week, but I ended up canceling because of burnout, which turned out to be COVID. So we're gonna do it now. My original plan was actually SASQUATCH last week, and then this week I was gonna do something for the character design challenge, for the August challenge. But now I'm just not gonna do that because I fell really far behind where I wanted to be with. Hang on, no, let's flip this over. With my comic, because I haven't been able to work the past like almost week, or at least not to the level that I want to, and I decided I'm not gonna possibly color and finalize something for the character set challenge in time for this month, so I won't bother doing that one at all. I wasn't super inspired by this month's challenge anyway. I'm feeling better than I was on Tuesday, and a lot better than I was a couple days before that. I'm now technically allowed to go outside, as long as I still wear a mask. So I'm still keeping that to a minimum, and I'm masking up and trying to avoid crowds and stuff. But I went out just to pick up some more food stuff because I didn't have a ton of it, and picked up some Dayquil and NyQuil, and the NyQuil helped me get like about 10 hours of sleep last night, which I think was important, and I'm probably gonna do that again tonight. So the inspiration to do SASQUATCH came primarily from that Instagram follow, like I mentioned, but I had the idea just a couple hours ago about what I wanted to do. For the drawing itself. So that's why I seem to be roughing it out with such vigor today. Pretty distinctive idea. How are you guys doing? Watch the new She-Hulk yet, Billy? Did you like it, Billy? I liked it. You're tired and just don't know, Cassidy? Why is that? Or is that too loaded of a question for the stream? By the way, I searched summer for tonight's music. Hey, Parker. Okay. I keep forgetting to look into it, Parker, but chat is censoring you guys. I'm assuming you're saying it's a fucking SASQUATCH with bubbles. Anybody here watch the Pentaveret? Mike Myers show on Netflix? Miniseries? Huh. Well, it is to me for some stupid reason. Anyway, there's Bigfoot in the Pentaveret as well. I was one of my COVID shows. Also, another coincidence, inspired by She-Hulk, I started watching the 90s Hulk cartoon on Disney Plus today. And there's an episode where he fights Sasquatch, the Marvel version of Sasquatch. And that episode's set in Canada, and they lean so hard into the Canadian stereotypes that it's bordering on racist. They have these like really intense stereotypical Canadian accents, and they say A and everything. and there's a kid in it that I shit you not has a fucking snowball collection. And I want to say it's a joke, but the tone of the show is pretty serious, so I feel like it's not a joke. You know, I actually just realized this is actually my second time drawing a Sasquatch on here, because I drew the Goofy movie Sasquatch once. Well, a pet bear collection and a snowball collection are two very different things, guys. So, this is Bigfoot attempting to light a barbecue. And a hibachi style barbecue. And he's trying to read the instructions. In fact, I'm gonna put glasses on him too. I want to believe. What about you, Parker? Are you a believer of the foot? I did not know that. Which Spider-Man cartoon is it that Disney doesn't have? Also, we're rated ink. I desperately want Bigfoot to be real. I have a thing for cryptids myself, but I'm also kind of a skeptic at heart at the same time. Okay. I thought Spectacular was on Disney Plus. I thought I noticed it on there. I'm. If it wasn't already obvious from my, I think I'm in the same boat, Parker. But I want to believe. I am a skeptic, but I would love to be proven wrong.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. Have no regrets, yeah, I'm tired of my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happened. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So give me all the scars, I'm a human being. Cover them with tattoos so you can't see. Knew it from the start, you had problems with me and the things I could be, I just wish I had seen. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into.
They are the same. Sasquatch is Bigfoot is like just one of the nicknames for a Sasquatch. Huh. Okay. Wait, which version of Spider-Woman? I don't know if I knew that was on there. From Sony, we totally are. Well, they're totally going to attempt it. Doesn't mean it'll be successful at it, but. Okay. I remember back when I used to, like when I was really little and I would rent the VHSs of the old cartoons. I remember there being a Spider-Woman one I don't know if I ever actually watched it, but I was curious about it. Yeah, that's definitely Sony's intent, but there is some question, of course, over whether or not, because you know, Morpheus really didn't do that well. Venom did well. Venom did very well, but even Venom's got a bit of an asterisk next to it because it did well financially, but didn't get the greatest reviews necessarily. Yep, yep, yeah, definitely the one I'm thinking of. I'm honestly impressed they did a Spider-Woman cartoon in the 70s. Either way. No worries. You guys have any cryptids you'd like to see me draw? I mean, to be fair, a Yeti and a Sasquatch are, like, isn't a Yeti just a, more like cold-dwelling Sasquatch? I'm not to say that I wouldn't do it, but yeah, I just think they're very similar. That could be a fun one. Snow Bigfoot. That's what a Yeti is. Only part of this drawing I was dreading was drawing this frickin' hibachi. Yeah, yes. Oh, is that... No, you're saying that's why you suggested the Yeti? I gotcha. I actually wondered. Okay, here's one question for you guys. Whether you really truly believe or not, what cryptid would you most hope to be real? Like, which one are you hoping they find proof of one day? You don't know the song, Cassidy? The one-eyed, longhorn, flying purple people eater? Sure looks strange to me. Have you ever seen the Purple People Eater movie? Ned Beatty and Shelley Winters, I think. Hey. Was a one-eyed longhorn flying purple people eater, one-eyed longhorn flying purple people eater, one-eyed longhorn flying purple people eater. Sure looks strange to me. That's my beautiful rendition of it. It's been a really long ass time since I heard that one. Actually, here's a fun fact about that song. Are you guys ready for this fun fact? Can you handle the level of fun that can be had in this fun fact I'm about to lay on you? The Wilhelm scream, the actual voice of the Wilhelm scream, is the guy that wrote One-Eyed Longhorn Flying Purple People Eater. Are your minds blown? Are they blown? Thanks, Billy. Oh, does that mean you do know the song now that you're hearing it, Cassidy? Well, cryptid is one that people actually like believe it exists, but just eluding photographs and stuff. There's Bigfoot, there's Loch Ness Monster, there's Mothman, we talked about, there's Abominable Snowman, Jersey Devil. There's one I learned about a while ago that is actually from Pennsylvania, I think it is. That is going to play a significant role in Volume 3 of Combat Fairies. I'm blanking on the name of the thing off the top of my head, though, at the moment. Biblically accurate angels. I don't know if that counts or not. I think cryptids are usually more specific. You know, like I think you would call Bigfoot a cryptid, but maybe not a Sasquatch. Sasquatch is like the supposed species of Bigfoot. So biblically accurate angels, I think, would be fall more under just mythological creatures. And thank you, by the way, Parker. Won't be available to buy as a complete graphic novel for a bit just yet. It's got to do its digital release first. So the Kickstarter for it won't be till probably late next year or early the following year, actually. Okay. The Danger series. Drawing a person. Yeah, there actually is a drawing of me drawing at the end of the art book that came with Volume 1 of Combat Fairies, Parker. Just remember to download that PDF? The link is still active, I think. I might actually post that drawing. I actually I was trying to find something the other day and I stumbled on it. It's actually kind of a cool one. It's me sitting at this table, but in the dark, so all lit by, I did it just to fill in some space where I was like talking about stuff, but I didn't have Combat Fairy specific art to show, so I filled in some gaps throughout that book with some random art that I drew just for the book. Aaron had a pretty good idea, I noticed on the Discord there. He said that as soon as I start drawing Bigfoot, whole stream should go blurry. I thought that was pretty funny, actually. I just realized, did anybody answer my earlier question about which cryptid would you want? I saw you said Nessie, Billy, so is that the one that you want to be real? I think Nessie would be pretty cool to find out to be real. I drew Ogopogo when I was in Kelowna. That's a BC based cryptid. Do you guys know Ogopogo? Although, many would say that Bigfoot, like BC is among the places that Bigfoot is said to have sure. Okay. My parents actually had, and maybe they still do. Here, kind of a cool looking, like, wanted poster for Bigfoot. Oh, I forgot about the Godzilla cartoon. Uh, when you said biblical or biblically accurate angels, Cassidy, were you saying that that's the cryptid you want to be real, or that was just us talking about different types of cryptids? I just realized I might have gotten off track at that point and misinterpreted some responses. Is if that's the one that you want to be real, I didn't mean to discount that. That is totally valid if that's the one that you want to be real. But I don't think it would be typically considered a cryptid, but it doesn't mean it can't be something you want. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna do some more like hair rendering on them, but I'm gonna do the spot blacks first because it might influence exactly what I want to do that way. Do you remember when Mr. Burns caught Nessie on The Simpsons? And you never actually get to see the confrontation. He just walks into the water, and the next thing you see, he's captured him. And they're like, Mr. Burns, that was amazing. And he's like, I was a little worried when he swallowed me, but, well, you know the rest. Anybody ever have a moment where they thought they actually did see something supernatural or anything? Even if you ultimately figured out what it was and it wasn't it? Did anybody have a close call that way? Where they felt like they were encountering something? It's been a long time since I've had it, but I have in the past had sleep paralysis a few times. And those are moments where until that second you wake up, you're pretty freaking sure you're watching a ghost or something come at you. Pretty horrifying experience actually to have sleep paralysis, if anybody's ever had that. There's some famous classical paintings representing sleep paralysis that I feel like hit the nail on the head. Yeah, no, it's fucking terrifying, man. And when I've had it, like I've had it a handful of times throughout my life, and usually if it happens once, it'll happen another 2 or 3 times, relatively close to it. Actually, that drawing of Freddy Krueger I did years ago, probably my first year streaming, that was inspired by one of those sleep paralysis paintings. I forget what the hell it was called though. It might be called The Dream or The Nightmare or something. It's got like the demon thing sitting on a woman's chest in the night. Really warm sitting here, and I once again don't know if it's the heat in the room or if it's the COVID. I haven't been that fevery, especially in the last few days, but maybe I'm a bit more sensitive to hot and cold right now. I don't know. This one blacks. Okay, so maybe it's not just me then. Well, did you hear I have COVID, Parker? Yeah, so the reason I canceled my stream last Thursday was just because I felt burnt out. And I had felt burnt out on Wednesday as well. And my throat was a little messed up, and I just felt like zero low energy, but I hadn't slept very well the last few days. So the low energy kind of made sense. And sometimes I'll get the rough throat from allergies. But I took a COVID test just to be safe. Took 2 of them actually, and they both showed negative. But then on Friday, I was still feeling the weird throat thing, and I thought, this is weird. Like, it's not unusual for me to have a sore throat from allergies, but it won't usually last this long. So I took another test, and then it tested positive. So yeah. And I had this week off from work, and the second half of last week off from work, and I have spent most of it on the couch recovering. And I am so fucking salty about it, because I would have been damn near finished this volume 2 I keep talking about if it wasn't for getting sick, because I would have finished the part that I'm currently on over the weekend, and I would have flown ahead on the last part this week. And then the irony, of course, is then I would be taking a voluntary break, but it would be actually enjoying the break because I wouldn't be sick. So I was hoping to log some couch time coming up, but not like this. Not like this. I ate a stupid amount of ice cream sandwiches this summer because of the heat waves. To further answer your question though, Parker, I am a lot better now. I'm just not 100%. I don't know if I still sound nasally to you guys. I'm still... I got like, just disgusting, but I got like a wad of snot kind of clinging to the back of my throat a little bit still. My throat's not too bad otherwise. And I'm coughing a tiny bit, but not a lot. And when I do cough, it's more phlegmy now than it was before, which I think is a good thing because it means I'm clearing shit out. But most of my symptoms have subsided. Most of my symptoms weren't really that bad to begin with, honestly. The biggest thing is just the energy. And then in terms of me not being able to work on stuff as much as I had hoped to this week, I might have been able to push myself to work more than I did, but I was also like, I didn't want to prolong my recovery from this either, so it was a frustrating push and pull. Like even today, I actually did work most of the day today, and I thought, no, I'm gonna take a couple hours before the stream at least. Watched a movie. Watched the 2012 Thing prequel, which I hadn't seen in a long time, which is not as good as the original Thing, but it's honestly not bad. Should have used practical effects though. Apparently they did, and the studio was like, no, it's gotta be CG. That's what the kids want. And the CG kind of sucks, honestly. But the movie, despite that, isn't that bad. But can never touch Carpenter's version. Ah, nice. Well, I know exactly where I got mine from. You say that motherfucker needs to wash his hands a little bit more often. Friend gave it to me. And, oh, he will be ribbed. Just realized I said he will be ribbed, meaning the joke, of course, as I was kind of inking the Sasquatch ribs. Oh, yeah? Does that make you more... Well, I guess it made them more likely to get it. I don't know if it makes you more contagious necessarily, though. By the way, not related to that, but did you look up the light pad, Parker? Did you find one? Well, I asked Parker if he looked into getting a light tracer or light pad, because he messaged me earlier asking if I had any recommendations of where to find one. But if there was something else, Billy, I can't remember. Oh, yeah. Do you draw in blue like I do, Parker? Because I like doing it. I like because when I scan it, I can get rid of the blue, right? And I kind of just feels a little bit more like real to me, but it's kind of my own personal artist thing. A lot of people would disagree with that. Um, but if I was drawing in regular lead, erasing becomes a pain in the ass, and it's harder to see what you're doing often too. I'm gonna throw a few dots around here for his fleshy bits, but we're pretty much done here, guys. This is a quick one, but probably just as well. I'm gonna try and make it an early night and try to nip this whole COVID bullshit in the bud. I recommend the blue. Yeah, there's some decent ones. I'll tell you a quick story about one. Years ago, Nikki, you know Nikki Parker. Me and Nikki went to Opus had an event on Granville Island for like some drawing event or whatever. You go, they give you a thing, you draw, and you can get entered into win shit. So we went and did that, and they had like everybody that participated got entered, no matter who they were. So there was like people in their 60s, and there was people that were like 4 years old. And one of the top prizes was a light tracer, which was pretty expensive at Opus. Later found out that you could get them way cheaper on Amazon, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But both me and Nikki were just sitting there, just like seeing all these like 5-year-olds win these paint sets that were like $100 and stuff. And we were both like, I swear to God, if a kid wins a fucking light tracer, because that was what we both wanted to win. I don't know how it would have played if either one of us had won. Then we would have been fighting over the fucking thing. But anyway, let's throw a signature in here. Because yeah, obviously, if the kid wins, it's actually their parents. So everybody that brought a kid there got entered into the contest, however many times extra, based on their kids. So that was annoying. I get what you mean, Parker. The blue thing might help with that though. But it's handy to have the light, so you can actually see that blue light. That's how I turned this into a light. I have an actual light tracer, but I just use that light underneath it if I need to trace through. Because even comic board or this cardstock I use, you can see through with the light on it. Anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Yeah, I don't know. I know what I already have my ads for next week. I know what I'm doing, but I'll wait till next week for the. I lied when I said it'd be better than ever this week, obviously, but I'm better than I was at least. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. See you next time.